questions?
Yeah.
Okay, Teacher Alice, I'm already following your 10 minutes gym book, and I find that it has a one page that explains to me how to manage
The time.
to use each of the sections on that book. So what about this book? Let's say I have a student that is only 4 years old and he has only 30 minutes attention span. Do you have any suggestion on how to manage the time for the lesson as well?
Okay. So basically this is 4 books, right? So let's say it's a 30 minutes program because you're teaching one-to-one. So we could actually use this one in your one-to-one teaching. And this is very interesting. Maybe for game, you got to play with a student. And what I suggest is that, let's see here, 30 minutes, I will have this suggestion. It's 30 minutes lesson. You spend 5 to 7 minutes on each book. Let's say it's on 5 minutes on the 4 books, about 20 minutes. Let's say you spend about 7 minutes or 7 or 8. So it's about 28 to 29 minutes. Am I right? So what you need to do is like always spend about 5 minutes, roughly about 5 minutes on a concept and 2 to 3 minutes playing game. So you will not stand too long for the same book. For example, so you teach, so you see follow a timer. So what you need to do is that you start, let's say you teach on here, musical town. You teach on a concept, you tell the student what is the ABC and all that. But in the meanwhile, when you're teaching ABC, you don't have to always say, right? You can take the card, flip the card, then you can always use a puppet, then you tell story, ask the student to play. So that is all together is about 5 to 7 minutes. So the student will not feel bored because your lesson is always fun with game. Then after this, maybe after 4 minutes, when the student already have a concept, then you can play, maybe throw the dice and say, okay, now let's play one round of the game. As you travel to the student house to teach, you don't have to bring the whole pack. What you need to do is just take this small little pack with you. So you just bring the game card and just the game with you, the fresh card. You see? So the most is like what you want to bring is maybe you bring the board game with you. That's all. And then that's enough. And the fresh cards is good enough for you to go through the concept. Just play a short game with the student. Let's say you're teaching the alphabet. Okay, now after you're teaching maybe 4 or 5 minutes, okay, what is this letter? C. This one, C. And this D. And D. Okay, now teacher is we're going to play the memory game. Then immediately you play the memory game. Then you move on to the other book. So what I suggest is that don't stay on game towards the end. Teach the concept, play a big game. Teach the concept, play the big game. Alright, then what you can do is that since you think that it's very troublesome for you to carry the lesson plan, then you give a tick. Once you finish this one, you give a tick, you tick, you tick, you tick. So you take this as a guide. So when you move on to the next page, then you know that you already taught that. Or if not, you can use for your progress chart also. Take a progress chart, give a tick, give a tick, give a tick, give a tick. You can even write the date also. Down here. Okay, how about your lesson at 45 minutes, let's say. I think you'll break down, then you can teach more things already. The progress will be faster. Ideally, the lesson is 45 minutes to 1 hour. In group lesson, we suggest as 1 hour. Then you can finish this within 1.5 years to 2 years. Finish the 2 books. Then you reach up to grade 1 level. So let's say you are teaching 45 minutes. We suggest that you teach your concept 10 to 12 minutes. So 10 to 12 minutes, what you do? Again, don't just teach about 10 minutes and talk for 10 minutes. So within the 10 to 12 minutes, so break down into games as well. So maybe like you do about 4 or 5 minutes on the lesson page. Let's say you do this page, play here, then 2 or 3 minutes you play game. Then after that you move on to the other page. You teach on the concept. Then maybe you play the bells. Then you move on to your ensemble book. Then once you do your ensemble book, then you play a little bit of the instruments again, listen to the soundtrack again. Then you play the puppet again, you play another thing. So the whole lesson is very interesting. Okay, so the breakdown for this will be, let's say it's 45 minutes, right? 10 to 12 minutes for each book, 6 to 7 minutes on the concept, 4 to 5 minutes on the games. Yeah? Alright? Thank you.